What? Someone's here? What? Oh. Huh? What? Huh? Okay. Ugh. Hey there, people. 2 hours late. Look, I do what I can. Okay. It's true. I'm trying to come up with video ideas. I don't have great ideas. Dude, look at this. Wait. What? What just happened? Oh, okay. Dude, they got the trading cards. This sucks. Where's score? $13 of very simple rhythms, maybe. Oh my god. I'm not dying. I'm not, I swear. Dude, what's the rarities on this? Like, what's red? What's beyond red? How does it go? Does someone have the Bathbot lore? Interesting. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. 1 accuracy, that's huge.
2 months to cute ass anime man.
Anime? What anime? Whoa, he's really red. Oh my god. This is insane. Okay, he's like orange. Oh, what is the rarity on this? Like how do they determine, like, are they all just colored randomly? Which I don't think is the case, because people at a similar rank have the same color background. Oh, it's based on highest stat. Really? Wait, what's Emmerich's highest stat? 97 aim. Okay, that's why. I'm close. I'm close to cooking Z, I think. My highest stat is AC. I'm at 82 AC, which is 88 speed though. Close. You would be mapping from this timestamp to about 2 minutes. Dude, I just don't want to map. I need inspiration. It has to come to me. You know? I stood. So maybe it is like an average of the stats. I don't know. It's weird. I'll ask for the Bathbot lore. Wow. True. Guys, Speedum is qualified by Miss Magius. You see this? This will be huge. This will be huge for the Miss Magius economy. Can you believe it? Farmman? Yeah. Dude, I'm so cold right now. Hold on. I don't know why. It's my hands too. My hands are just freezing. Man. I got the hoodie. I'll tell you now. How do I fix it? Well, it's only redeemed once every 5 minutes, so there is no fix. You just wait. How many times are you getting dinged? Oh my god. Hello. Yeah, you guys just don't know. You guys just don't know me. Okay. 2 weeks ago, how to get better at Osu 6-digit improvement guide. Wait a minute. Hold on. I need this. Guys, I need this. I need this video. Hold up. Hold on.
Play more. Thank you. No, there's a little more to it than that. Even though it would be funny if I took all this time just to say 2 words. And I mean, it's not like it's actually bad advice or anything. It's a lot better than saying play less, of course. But you could be doing things a little more effectively.
Yes. Play more is good advice to people who understand that. You know what I mean? It's good advice and bad advice at the same time, right? Because you're not meant to take it as like play one single map 100 times. That's not what playing more is. I mean, you know, play more different things, varied things, different patterns. Get used to the game, you know? That's the secret, but for some reason people just don't get that.
Okay, but how? Well, that's what we're gonna get to with this video. But first...
4.
Wait, how many?
If you haven't already, please subscribe, because I post content like this somewhat regularly. Anyways, let's go.
Oh god, I'm so cold. Literally
Alright,
so cold.
let's start at the beginning. This video is aimed at helping 6 digits with getting better. If you're below that, don't worry, it'll still all apply to you just as well. And if you're above, well, you probably already know most of the things I'm going to cover.
Nah.
Maybe you'll still find something useful in here. Either way,
Please.
if you want to jump to anything specific, the timestamps are of course in the description.
Oh,
Or
I don't
just
want to.
down
I
there.
need to know the whole
Whatever,
thing.
let's just get to what I mentioned in the intro. Now, while play more might be the best advice you can give to a new player, once you've gotten past the complete beginner stage, it isn't quite as simple anymore.
I would disagree. I think it is still that simple, until you are like really up there, I think it's quite literally as simple as you just gotta keep playing more different things.
Which is not to say that if you're
for a good portion of your skill progression, it will literally just be that.
Some kind of online argument about those, you can't just auto-win with it. But once you've gotten the basics down, it's more about building up actual skills instead of just getting raw playtime, meaning you'll need to play the right things. But finding out what those are isn't always super simple, and it also really depends on what you're actually trying to achieve. So it will of course be kind of different for everybody, but
I think it's literally as simple as you can make it out to be all these things, just because I guess people are stupid and they're not going to be as pointed, right, as I might be when I'm thinking of maps, right? But when I was like playing more, you know what I think of? I'm just like, whatever is hard for me, I'll play. Now, of course, I wasn't even thinking broad enough, right? I was just thinking in terms of like, oh, I'll play some farther jumps and some streams. I gotta learn streams, right, and stuff like that. But it's quite literally anything in this game that you find hard, you just play it. Play it until you get used to it. That's it. That's really it.
Let's go over some general advice. Now, since I don't really want to immediately start off by telling you not to play those evil farm maps, we're actually gonna start with what yes to play. Don't worry, we'll still get to the other stuff later, but for now, here's what to do. First of all, play stuff within your general skill range. Now, hearing this might be a bit surprising, cause in a lot of videos they tell you to go past that. And yes, by like half a star at the very most.
No, I think a full star is good, because you want to push yourself. Half a star isn't a lot of deviation. Maybe at low levels, but it's not a lot. It's basically the difference between like this spacing and like this spacing is half a star. You know?
Even then, it's generally more of an advice aimed at higher level players. Cause once you've internalized that you need to get good accuracy for a play to actually be good.
I think this can be good advice for consistency. Now, I'd say even if you're playing 4 stars, you should still try 5 stars, and like you should be able to pass like 5-star maps with a B or an A, you know?
You're of course going to be a bit more hesitant when it comes to playing stuff on which you're suddenly getting low 90s on. But at the lower level, that's less of an issue, as you will likely already want to jump to the harder stuff anyways. And I mean, I get that, but you can also overdo it. So instead of rushing, try finding the range at which you can confidently get around 95% accuracy, and then slowly move up from there. And like once again, not by much, and also not for your entire play session. Because at that point, your main goal should still be to get your AC up. Because you actually want to build some solid fundamentals here. It's like building a house. If the basis sucks, the whole thing will just fall over. Might not be the best one-for-one analogy, because you won't suddenly lose whatever skill you got so far. It's just going to be an absolute nightmare to build any of the higher level skills on top of it later. Sooner or later, this will mean that you'll get stuck. But when you push yourself a little bit outside of your comfort zone, instead of doing those huge jumps to the cool maps you see in the Twitch highlights, you are going to learn a lot more. That's because while you likely still won't have seen them right away, at least you can actually somewhat play those maps. And no, surviving a 7-star by just mashing through it does not count, as you can somewhat play it. But let's keep that for the bad habits part.
That's true.
Instead, let's move on to the next tip. Try and get as many maps as you possibly can. And don't limit yourself to just the ones you like the music of. I mean, of course, you shouldn't hate the audio, cause that's no fun either. But since...
That's true. That's true. Honestly, Osu's changed my taste in music, but even when I wasn't, like, about the anime music and stuff, I still played it, because I'm not... At some point I realized I'm not playing the game for the music, I'm playing the game for the maps. You know? You know what I mean? What's never going to change is the song. What's going to change between the different songs is the map. You know?
This is a rhythm game. The maps are of course based on the music, meaning that depending on the genre, they're gonna play very differently. And who knows, maybe you'll even discover some cool new music you like.
It's not always like that though. There's a lot of like genre breaking stuff, or at least seemingly genre breaking, because you just map it to the music. If the music fits differently, right, compared to what genre you're used to, maybe there's like a really heavy stream, anime opening song, and you're like, what? That's weird, but it's not. I mean, if it's mapped to the music, it's mapped to the music. People always think like, oh, it's an anime opening, it must be a jump map. No, it's not the case.
Here, but hey, it doesn't.
It's not how it works.
But the main goal is still that you want to play as many different kinds of patterns as you can find. But where do you get the good maps? In an ideal world, I would recommend that you get them by playing in multi-lobbies. But well, we've all seen the memes, and more often than not, they're actually true. So what do you actually do?
What memes?
Well, you can either go look for some map packs, or if you have OS Premium, just go to Direct, filter to OS.
Tell me the multi-lobby memes, guys. Also, I don't think this is the best way to get maps. I mean, maybe, if you absolutely want, anything. That's the thing. Well, I guess just to get people to play stuff, that'll be fine. But, God, dude, it's so hard to find actually good maps now.
And then just start downloading maps until you get bored of it. Honestly, you won't even play most of the maps you got like this, but it's just about casting a wide net, so there's bound to be at least some good ones in there.
Well, that's useless then. How do you know if it's good if you haven't played it? Absolutely useless advice then. Don't download a map if you're not going to play it. The entire point of downloading a bunch of different maps is so you get to play a bunch of different patterns,
Those are the ones you're after. But now let's move on to what not to play. Well, we already covered that you shouldn't play maps that are too hard for you. So all that's left are the farm maps. Don't play them.
I disagree. As I've said, you can't avoid any type of map. You can't avoid them, because I avoided farm maps, and then lo and behold, I suddenly became bad at jumps. What? It's because I wasn't playing maps that had any jumps. It's like you can't avoid anything in this game. I don't like only play farm maps, because then you're avoiding some other type of map. But don't just completely avoid farm maps, otherwise you're just going to be avoiding that type of map. That's exactly how it is. That's always how it's been. People just don't realize. They think, oh, playing farm maps is bad. And then people start to feel bad when they play farm maps. It's like, no, if that's hard for you, right? Because that's what I felt for the longest time, because I was bad at jumps. When I would get like a really good farm map score, like something that, I couldn't hit the jumps on before and I hit it, I would feel bad, because I was like, oh, it's just a farm map. I should feel good about this because I'm finally, able to hit these super far jumps, but I can't be proud of it because it's farm map. Why not? Be proud of it. Be proud of it, dude. Why not? Who cares? It gives more points in the ranking system than it should. That doesn't mean that you didn't hit the patterns that you did. People get like way too in their own head about like playing farm maps and being like, oh, I don't want my top plays to be farm. Nobody cares if your top plays are farm except you. That's the secret.
Thanks for the follow.
It's actually true.
No, that's a stupid tip. Like, first of all, it's just bad advice. And secondly, it's not like it would actually stop you. Plus, it's really not like I'm in any position to give it. But that's fine, because
I think it stopped me.
farm maps are fine, honestly. Usually they just have simpler rhythms and patterns, which means it takes less effort to play them. And well, if you keep that in mind, you can probably already
dopamine.
Tell why not
that
playing
is
loads
so
of them
messed up.
Is also an improvement tip.
He's not even showing the hard part of dopamine. That's the scariest part.
Because yeah, simple patterns. To get better, you want the harder ones. So if you only play farm, you will hamper your skill.
I know it's the second diff,
you will still have loads of PP. And then when you eventually get back to actually learning what you need to, there will be a long and frustrating segment of no PP gain. And well, at that point, you actually have a lot of people giving up on the game. But we want to avoid that. So well then, how do you use them right? Well, if there are some maps in about your range and you want to farm them, just throw a few attempts at them during each of your play sessions and then move on. Like this, you might not get the FC on the first day, but if you have the skills, sooner or later you will. And that without having to spam it, which reduces the risk of getting mind blocked. Which is also how I personally do it. Well, mostly. Sometimes you're just that close, and you know you can do it, so you just Usually, that doesn't work. And now I'm mind blocked on some shitty 6-star map. So thanks for that, Peppy. Also, seriously, don't be ashamed of having farm maps be your top plays.
Finally.
Because first of all, honestly, no one cares.
Exactly.
And
literally no one cares except you. Literally no one cares. Dude, people freak out when I have the profile view. They're like, I don't look at my farm map plays. Don't look. It's like you accomplished something, you know? I'm proud of my Black Rover FC because it took me like a while to get it. And people might be like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like it was hard for me to hit these jumps for the longest time, but I did it. This is like me aim ability to the max, you know what I'm saying? People just don't get it. They just don't understand. They don't know what it's like. Oh man. Oh, I forgot to clip that one thing from yesterday. That was a really good one. You guys see that play? I don't even think it's in my top plays. God, what's it called? Yeah, it's not. I don't know what that map's called. It's the Chata Anesthesia by Chata Anesthesia. Oh my god, who's it mapped by? I had a good play. Trust me, believe me. Oh yeah. Here we go. On the Delis Insane. There we go. This was a good one. Guys. I think this was a pretty good one. Anyway, that's completely not related to the video. But
your top plays don't nearly represent your actual skill level as closely as you might expect. And I'm gonna say it here, even though it should be obvious, that of course does not apply to pro players. But are you one? Anyways, your top plays are just here to give you PP, which then gives you a general idea about how good you are. It's flawed, yes, but it's the best thing we got. Meanwhile, if you want to show off...
You think top players don't get mind blocked too by retrying a map 100 times? Or wait, no, he was talking about farm maps and top plays. That doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Like, how do you think people get high in the rankings? They play farm maps. That's how you have to... It's the only way. You know?
Your cool diverse skill set. Well, that's what pin scores and YouTube are for. But now, onto the general tips.
Okay.
Number 1, focus on improving your accuracy. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Well, cause that's where most of the PP lives. Sure, you're still gonna lose it all if you don't get full combo, but that's just bad game design.
I mean, that's just it's a good motivating factor. I saw a top 50 player with a farm map in their top place, and I literally uninstalled from disgust. I went to their home and smashed their PC with a sledgehammer until it was in 4 different pieces. I could not take it. Oh man, accuracy. It's bringing up PP is fine. I don't think that should be the first point. I think it should be, once you learn finger control and accuracy, you don't have to focus on it, like, ever again. You know? Like, basically.
Design. Sure, in the beginning, you might be able to mash out 80% on some harder map and still get decent PP. But since there aren't that many maps you can actually do this on, they'll run out rather quickly. And then you'll need to improve your AC anyway. So why not just do it from the beginning? Don't worry too much about keeping your combo, cause it's not nearly as important as making sure that this number stays high. I know, it can be really painful, but what can you do? Cause this is just a misclick. But this is a serious playstyle problem.
Yeah.
So go and get that AC up. If you need help with that, I actually have some videos about it on my channel.
Wow.
So just check them out once you're done with this one. And well,
a story
maybe
of Zalaria.
while you're at it. Would be really cool.
Wait.
But yeah, AC is important. Just make sure that you don't fall into the trap of only playing easy rhythms to keep it up.
True.
Because stuff like 1/2 beat gets pretty easy to hit consistently rather fast.
It's easier than the average map to hit. Of course, which is why people, if you're getting lower accuracy on something that's easy, then it's even scarier, because it's like, well, this is supposed to be like easy to do, you know?
Which is also why we see it in so many farm maps. Now you don't need to go out and spam polyrhythm and tech maps, but just keep in mind that there's a difference between getting bad AC on something like this or this. When talking about focusing on different skill sets, just keep in mind that you can't master everything. Not yet, at least. Sure, 1 in a million.
Is that Willy merch? You mean the random yellow hoodie that I have? Yeah, Yeah, guys, if you ever see a yellow hoodie in the store, it's probably Willy merch if you think about it.
And will somehow be the next AMREC. But until then, don't try to learn jumps, bursts, streams, tech, easy and hard rock all at the same time. That'll just lead you nowhere. Sure, you should have a basic understanding of every skill set, and there really shouldn't be anything you absolutely can't play. Be that as it may, your main focus should still only be on one at a time. Just pick your favorite from among the different skill sets, and then focus on that one.
It's not 100 degrees. I'm just cold.
We don't want you becoming a one-trick, but when you play practice maps and such, just play the ones for that particular skill set. Of course, if you become uninterested or get stuck with one skill set, then just go and focus on the next one. But limiting your practice to one specific area at a time will yield a lot more results than taking the shotgun approach.
I disagree. I think the Willy keyboard? What is this? What is this? What is this supposed to be? Dude, this looks like Peppy's keyboard. Have you guys ever seen Peppy's keyboard? I feel very confused looking at this. Dude. What is this? Sorry, now I'm looking. Dude, I've just missed so much. Okay, anyway. Wrong tab. Okay. Yeah, I think playing a lot of everything is fine. Now you can play to your strengths. You can play more. Like if you feel fast on a certain day, play more speed maps. That doesn't mean, don't play everything. Because I feel like a lot of people, I've said this before, they play only speed. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta get my speed back up. And then they play that, and they're like, oh, my aim sucks. Oh, I gotta play only aim. And then they lose their speed, and then they're like, oh, I gotta play speed again. And then they only play speed, and they're like, oh, my aim is bad, And you do gradually get better, but I think it's not the same as just trying a little bit of everything. I don't know. I still believe in trying a little bit of everything. I don't know.
Also, please don't hard focus on streams or tech yet. Sure, if those are what you want to base your playstyle around, that's cool, but both of them require really, really good fundamentals. To be fair, being a 6-digit right now covers anyone from around 500 to over 4000 PP. So, depending on where you fall on that spectrum, this might of course apply a lot less to you.
Yes.
But especially with streams, their maps won't just rely exclusively on that skill set, so even if you can hit the death stream, it's no use if right after that you choke the jumps or the slider spam.
I mean, it's true.
Never mind. No, that was a joke of course, most maps aren't like that. Wasted opportunity if you ask me, cause really, why aren't there more stream farm maps? But back to the actual point. If you want,
it's the only way that people make extreme farm is space streams, and then they just don't even know how to make it good. I hate it. We need less stream. We need more like actual stream maps instead of just flow aim maps. You know what I mean?
Want to play stream maps, you need more skills than just playing streams. And even the actual streaming can be kind of hard to learn, because you really don't want to mash. But also, you're not looking at the individual notes either. It's like you're just pressing buttons, but you do it right. Stupid way to phrase it, I know. The core essence of this mess is just that you want to wait with playing streams until you got good fundamentals. But if it is the direction you want to go in, just work yourself up by playing maps with bursts. And maybe avoid stream practice until you can hit short streams on your own. But now tech, which is a bit different again, because it's kind of an umbrella term for any unusual pattern. Or at least that's how you find it used pretty often. Personally, I would say it's the hardest skill set to master.
What is the secret to making a good stream farm map? I know this. Here's how you make a good stream farm map. You know how here's what current stream farm maps do wrong, okay? They'll change the velocity like in the middle of the stream. Sorry for your eyes, by the way. Here, let me do this. And they'll do stupid stuff like this. Do not shape a stream with this. Do you see this? Do not You were cold? Not anymore. Now I'm warm. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Oh, over time? Ow. Okay, I'm back. Fight the lion's way. This is my thing hitting my mic. What do you mean? You just watched it happen, right? That was so close to being a good stream. These suck. The slight angles might be even worse than the sharp ones. Because the sharp ones, you're gonna have to snap. But this one, you don't think you have to snap. That's so bad. The sudden acceleration. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Two completely different angles. Okay, yes and no. They're the same thing. You just leave at a different direction. That's all you're doing. It's I have it up here. I know exactly what I'm saying. I have it in my mind. It's God, I don't know how to say. How do I say The right one is just an extreme version of the left one? Yeah. I'm saying just don't do this at all. Just have it all float. That's it. All just like nice round angles everywhere. Because that will be the easiest thing. That will literally make it the easiest farm map you've ever done. But nobody does that. Because either, I think it's they run out of screen space, right? So you can't really do much when you just completely run out of space, right? Do I seek the glory days? We'll fight the lion's way. Like, that's so annoying. This is so annoying. Just make it a... If this were just flow, if you just didn't even have to think about it. You know what I'm saying? But they make you have to think about it, and that's the issue. There you go. That's how you make a Space Stream farm map. Now you know.
Deliberately plays different from regular maps. But if you can somehow do it, you'll have a much easier time learning anything else afterwards. Just don't hard focus on this early, because you will have a bad time. And if you're just mashing through the patterns, well, now you got a bad habit as well. This is another tip most of you probably already follow anyways, but get a good skin. Now, what that looks like is something subjective, of course. So just because a skin is popular doesn't mean it's going to be the right one for you.
True.
For example, I personally really don't like follow circles, but others can play without them. So just go and find one which works for you. Or better yet,
it's not a circle.
Because yeah, when you're mind blocked on a map, it can help to switch your skin. And for my last tip, it's just a small one, so it won't get its own title card. Not that that would make it any less important though. It's basically just, don't overdo it. When you got a day where you just can't improve, don't waste your time trying to force it, just come back tomorrow. Or if your hands start hurting, at that point, just take a break. Like, come on, don't be stupid. Anyways, that's it for the tips, so now onto the bad habits.
Follow circles. Bad habits. Okay, tell me about bad habits.
Number 1 bad habit, playing maps that are way too hard for you. Cause it's basically a sure way to spawn the rest of this list. And you wouldn't believe, well, no you likely will, just how often I see new players with hundreds of attempts on some shitty 7-star maps just cause some streamer played them in a highlight. So, don't. Cause doing this shit will directly lead to mashing, RNG flaking, and bad hack. Now, we already talked about the last one before, so let's focus on the other two. You've got mashing in lots of games. In O's, it just means that you click buttons without caring about the rhythm. And it's also how new players will try to play streams. But it doesn't work like that, cause you need to actually hold the BPM. And the same goes for burst. But interestingly, over there you can also find higher level players doing it. Cause when you play DT, burst gets crazy fast, and when you can't play that BPM, you just mash it out. And since the rest of those maps is usually farm, you won't get nearly as punished for it as you probably should. And lastly, you can also mash on slider spam parts or jumps. And if you do that, well, it's really bad. Not like the other ones are good.
Guys, you remember the Willy mash play from yesterday? I played that one map. I was like, I can do this. I know I can hit this burst without 50s. You guys remember that? It was one of the last ones I played. Hold on. Dude, what was it called? Was it... What was it called? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, it was, No, it wasn't. What was it? You guys know what I'm talking about? Did it have a Z in it? I don't know. Only 19,000 maps have a Z in them, so... Okay, there's only one way to check. To Xanark, and you're right, it did have a Z. Okay. This play's goated. Look at this play. Believe me, okay? Just watch. This is how to properly mash. Perfect. Whoever mapped this is evil for putting that there. You ever thought about that? Actual evil pattern. It's all half beat rhythms until there. Or I guess fourth beat. It's a good one. I like that pattern, guys. It's a good one. It's a good one right there. Yeah, guys. It's a great one. How much score do I have now, guys? How much score do I have? Guys, look at my rank. Oh my god, my rank. Oh, it's the funny number. Oh my god, that's huge.
Good, but jumps are the most basic patterns, and sliders just don't really work like that. And in general, the thing with mashing is that it isn't just a bad habit cause it hurts your progression. Cause if you do it enough, that shit will become muscle memory, and once that happens, unlearning it is going to be really painful. And even then, when you get into a stress situation,
it's a like good score, no one's gonna watch it though, Chico Rex.
Will still just revert back to doing dumb stuff. So stop mashing before it's never really too late. Cause just like with smoking, the best time to stop would have been right when you started. The second best time is now. So when you play DT, look at the BPM first, and if it's too high, go play something else. And other than that, just really try to mentally hold yourself back from doing it, even if it makes you miss. RNG flicking is basically the aim equivalent of mashing. So I could have called it aim mashing, but I feel like the RNG part just really explains what the problem is. Basically only happens on jump maps. And
it's when you take out your random number generator and then you calculate a position where to aim on the screen and you predict the note.
Problem here is when you have a big jump, and you kinda just throw your cursor towards it, hoping to hit it. Honestly, sometimes that's
Guys, that's me on every jump. Am I doing this wrong?
just how you have to play a div spike on a farm map. But if you keep doing this, you will mess up your aim. Luckily, it's way easier to fix than regular mashing, cause you can just play less extreme jumps. Or you just force yourself to make deliberate movements when playing out a pattern.
Aha.
Wait, do I really have to explain what is wrong here? Fine. You see, you aren't really getting much actual playtime here, and that's basically it. Of course, you can also just get mind blocked on a pattern, and then you'll have to take a break from it anyways.
Hey, this guy needs a profile review, because that's not it. That's not all.
Yeah, the big thing is still just that you'll get a lot less playtime if you retry at every mistake.
No, that's not the thing. The thing is, for anyone who doesn't know, every time you retry, it takes you back to the beginning of the map. So if you're not playing the map all the way through, right, then you're not practicing the ending. Then how do you expect to be good at the ending of a map, which is oftentimes, nowadays, the hardest part of the map, right? That, and the more that you retry spam, right, the more that you do it, you could mind block yourself, right? You could end up, playing the same map 500 times in a day like some people do, instead of just playing, 50 different maps 10 times. And that gives you a much more well-rounded approach to trying different patterns, different skill sets, anything like that,
And less playtime means less improvement. Honestly, this needs its own video, but just as with other games, getting tilted will hurt your performance.
Nope.
And you would think that having the lizard brain take over.
Dude, I missed. There was an era where I had like I like horseshoe theoried my mindset. My mindset was so bad that it was good. When I started doing bad, I would start performing better. I missed that time. I actually kind of don't miss that time, but that was very funny because I'd be like, I just need to be so mad that I FC this map.
Would actually be helpful.
And it would work.
But
it would actually work.
It still isn't. So if you start feeling...
So I'd be like, why am I not FCing this pattern? Why am I not doing this? And then I would do it.
Maybe call it quits.
I'd be like, see, there.
Or just continue once you've actually calmed down. It really helps. But now, for the final tip of this video. Honestly, just play more. Yeah, getting good at those takes time. And that's time you actually have to spend in-game as well. Guides like this one can give you a good theoretical basis, and maybe a nudge in the right direction. But in the end, if you don't put in the time as well, you'll never get anywhere. And that now covers everything I wanted to get into. So I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. But now, if you want to watch some actual secret cheat codes on how to...
5 tips to beat an Osu Pro fast. Wow.
Get good instantly, go watch this. Or click here if you just want to watch something funny. And with that, see you next time.
Wow.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you tired of being a no-good noob?
No.
Because if so, I might just have the thing for you. That's right, because today we're going to talk about the 5 simple steps you need to follow to instantly become an OS Pro. But before I can get on
I feel
with
like
the
we've
video,
watched
I would
this
really
video.
appreciate it if you could smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
No, I don't think I will. Okay, Zalaria time.
Osu players we've seen over the years, I have a simple question for you.
Okay.
Who comes to mind when I say underrated?
Let me think. Let me think really, really long and hard about this. Underrated. It's hard because in my head, underrated is like, the people who don't really get the attention. And there's a lot of like lesser known players, but they get attention like even in like the score farmer circle, Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe underrated just overall, like in the general public's eye. Vromsevit. I think that's a good answer. Like actually underrated, Suri Nakamura is probably more known than Vroom. Thunder, Sawada. Sawada is more known than Thunder, I feel. Even though Thunder's... Is Thunder higher rank? I swear Thunder's at like number 95 or something.
Maybe you think of the past, Digital Hypno, or maybe even Ming with his low accuracy. Heck, you might even think of some other players like GN or Zazuma. Well, today's player is...
Zazuma? Oh my god.
A top player, and she's not exactly known for setting insane plays or high PP scores, but she has certainly put in a lot of time and effort to be considered underrated. I'm of course talking about Zalaria. Zalaria is a player from the US, and right now she currently has the record of over 65,000 SS's. This knocks everyone else out of...
I mean, I could beat that in like 2 more days. Just give me 2 days, guys, you know.
But of course, she didn't arrive at this absurd number overnight. She has put
tons of
hours grinding scores and doing her best to stay at the top. She is honestly one of the most dedicated players I have ever met, and probably one of the most dedicated this game has ever seen. She has SS'd tons of maps, from old mistimed maps to numerous marathons, and everything in between. Zalaria is one of the most unique and underrated players. Having said that, let me take you through her journey and just how she became the player with the most SS's in Osu Standard. Okay, before we start, I want to mention that I've already made a video about Zalaria in the past, but that video feels more like a score showcase. It goes over a lot of her very specific scores. This video will take you through her journey, her story, and not focus so much on those scores.
Okay.
With that out of the way, her story starts in 2012. So, why are we starting here? Well, this story starts with an app you may or may not have heard of before, Osu Stream.
Yeah!
This is a version of Osu developed for Apple iOS devices.
These kids don't know what it was like playing Osu Stream. I only played Osu Stream after Osu. It was weird. It was interesting. I would be like, I can finally play Osu on the go, but it was different because it had hold notes.
A bit different from the Osu that we play on our PCs today, but when it was released, it did fairly well. It racked up over 1.5 million installs, and one of those just so happened to be Zalaria. She downloaded this game and played through the free songs that came with it. It was pretty fun, and it kinda reminded her of when she used to play DDR on her PlayStation. So she kept playing this on and off for a few months until January 2013, when her sister introduced her to Osu on the PC. Of course, Zalaria made an account and started playing just like anybody else would.
Welcome to us.
She found it very strange to use Z and X on the keyboard to tap along. It was so strange, in fact, that she got a C on the tutorial her first time playing through it. I don't know about you, but I find that very relatable. Anyway, she continued playing through some of the bundled songs,
I find that very
but eventually
relatable,
she figured out that you could actually download
Fellers,
maps
I find that
without
very
paying for
relatable.
them, unlike Osu Stream. She did what every Osu player does when they start. She downloaded her favorite anime songs and played them. Okay, obviously she couldn't have become a distinguished player in her first month, but
I didn't watch anime. I mean, I still don't watch anime basically. But you know what I downloaded first time? I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows this classic score. I just downloaded songs that I knew. So I would download stuff like oh my god, what's the one? This was one by Laruto. That's a huge old one. I think I have a really old score on this. 9 years ago. Yep. There you go. I do like what are some other ones? Oh, I can't search them, but like every Skrillex song. Oh man, I gotta think of some classics. What are some classic like Willy maps that I used to play? I have such fond memories of the first maps I played just because they were all like not great. And I think that's what made them amazing. No, I did not download Suclopollet immediately. That was my first 200 pp play, which was like a year or two into me playing. So, not even close. Like I said, I only downloaded songs I knew right? Because that's what everyone does when they first start out. I'm just trying to think of like man. Let's look at here. You ready? Yeah. Osualt. How do I find my oldest scores in Osualt? Just oldest. Tell me. You didn't know? No. Shockingly. Shockingly, I'm not Finnish. Guys, how do I do this? GS dash U Willie dash order date. Black hole Pluto. Oh. Guys, this score is kind of goated. You gotta admit that Hard Rock Flashlight spun out. Oh my god. That one's kind of awesome. Ghost Sculpting, yeah. And then I think I just started downloading like whatever by November. This is already November, so I was like running out of songs I knew. I was like, okay, I'll just download, or like I asked my friend to send me some or whatever. Right? Because I don't know this. Cheap 9 years ago. Look at that. TF2 stream. I'd love to stream TF2. I'm still scared. I'm still scared to stream TF2 just because people with objectors show up. That used to be what happened. I'm on a good streak so far.
Interesting stuff going on. She was mainly playing to get on leaderboards. See, the Osu player base was much smaller back then, so she found it fun and enjoyable competing with some of the same players that you could find on nearly any leaderboard.
True.
It was in this first year that she found she really enjoyed playing with Hidden much more than Nomad.
As many people
I feel
do.
the need to point out some things about the early years of Osu.
God, dude, I
During
love
this
TF2 and
time,
want to
mapping
play.
was not up to par with today. Some maps were mistimed, had no consistent style.
Is there any way to just like mod out objectors? Just so I can't see them on stream.
Didn't make sense. Linear patterns, but the trait that stands out the most these days is low AR. If you don't know what AR is, it stands for approach rate.
If you don't know what AR is, you probably haven't played this game much.
This is how soon a circle shows up.
I had 6 of 95? What happened? Oh my god. That's insanity.
Screen before it needs to be clicked in time. It works on a scale from 0 to 11, with 11 showing up on screen the fastest and 0 being the slowest. This is important to know because, like I said, older maps tended to use lower approach rates. This means that it is easy for a lot of circles to be on the screen at once, making it harder to focus on timing or even the order that the circles show up. For her, playing these maps with Hidden was just easier, so she pretty much played everything with Hidden. Throughout her 9+ years of playing, she is still a Hidden main to this day. There's a website named OsuStats. You can search for a user and see scores they've set that landed them on a map's leaderboard.
Yes.
Searching for Zelaria, we can see that she has almost 900 pages of scores on this site. While that is insane in its own right.
Wait, how many do I have?
Wait,
how many do I have? How many do I have? I forgot. I usually search for top 50s, but he's just searching for all. I have 177 pages of top 50s. 4,228 top 50 scores. Like 2 pages. Yeah. No, wait. Can I not? Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. No limits. Just all Willy scores. 347 pages. 8,000. Hermj. So interesting. Oh yeah. Merry Christmas. Dun, 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 dun. If you don't know this map, you haven't lived. January 1st, 2014. I played this on the day it was ranked. I played this on the day this was ranked. Oh my god. And that's my oldest top 100 score. That's awesome. Man. That's a classic right there.
For earliest scores on Osu. It's very apparent that she was playing for leaderboard scores as soon as she started. There are scores all throughout 2013 that got her onto many leaderboards, and it looks like nearly all of these scores are SSs as well. Before she knew it, she hit 1,000 SSs. And then 2,000. She kept playing like this until late 2014.
How do you find top 50s? Go on Osu stats, settings, rank, maximum 50. We'll find every score where the maximum rank that you achieved on it is 50. You can also find out like how many scores do I have exactly number 32 on. And I have 113 scores from number 32 on the map. Here, how many top 8 scores do I have? Top 8s are fun. 163. I almost have more scores where I'm number 32 on them than I am top 8. You have more top 50 pages than I have top 100? Interesting. Whoops. I didn't mean to do this. Okay.
In October of this year, tragedy struck. Oh no! The laptop she had been playing Osu on suddenly broke, and there weren't any other computers around that she could use to play Osu. The following month of November, her play count dropped all the way to 0.
Dang.
So she did her best and soldiered on. She went a record-breaking
Mine is definitely missing plays.
Without playing Osu.
It only updates at midnight every night. So if you've set scores in the past like 24 hours, then they might not show up. But this is directly connected to Osu. So it has all of your scores that are at that leaderboard. This is not a third-party thing. Look at the domain. This is not a third-party website. That's the wrong video.
I didn't know this was possible. So of
Yes,
course
I don't have the skin uploaded.
She said that she had
Maybe I
back to
should.
playing Osu stream on her phone. This sounds like an absolute tragic 5 months, but eventually she found a way to play Osu again and came back to the game. When Zelaria returned, she continued playing for leaderboard scores. Yeah, boy. She eventually found herself at 3,000 SSs, and then 4,000. Fast forward to 2016, and her SS count is slowly growing bigger and bigger. I again want to emphasize that she isn't playing specifically to increase her SS count. She's mainly playing to get on leaderboards and just have fun. She really enjoys sitting back, playing some easy songs, and chatting with the community. It was this year that she discovered a player by the name of Aurora Flow 12. This person has over 12,000 SSs on their Osu account, and when Zelaria saw that, she thought to herself, I wonder if I'll ever have that many SSs. After a few seconds of thinking, she alt-tabbed back into Osu and kept playing for leaderboards like she had been doing.
Achoo, achoo.
In no time, she passed 5,000.
Oh yeah,
and
look at
then
that graph.
6,000, and before she even knew it, she hit 7,000 SSs.
Stand up? Did I miss a
in
stand
November.
up?
This is a pretty decent pace, and SSs aren't easy to get, even if you consider a lot of the maps easy. It's one thing to play through these easy maps, it's another thing to have the patience to SS all of them. Actually, this had me wondering, how could she be so patient and spend so much of her time playing through all these maps? Well, it's time to talk about Zelaria's personality and her motivation that's kept her playing all this time.
Do tell.
So, what sets her apart from other Osu players besides the way that she plays? When most people play Osu, they get hooked on the ranking system and just want to improve as much as possible. The best way to do that is by continually pushing yourself to play harder stuff. This is where most people find Osu fun, but not Zelaria. It's not that she doesn't enjoy improvement, she just enjoys playing at a slower pace. She plays Osu as a sort of way to relax and chill. She really enjoys hearing all the different types of music, playing all the new maps, talking to others in the community, and mainly being different from everybody else.
Jump
She
around.
takes pride in what she does, and while she may be humble about it, she continues on the same track year after year. She is really passionate about Osu. She genuinely enjoys her time with the game. Alright, so she's not the best Osu player.
I think that's how
but
people
she's
should
definitely unique and different from the vast majority.
be. But you know, that's what it is. I feel like a lot of old Osu players just enjoy playing the game or playing like specific stuff. Where now it's all, you know, numbers focused. It's, oh, I need my ranking to be higher. Oh, I need my PP to be higher, and they're not necessarily playing the game for the game. You know. Of course, that's you know, that's a huge sweeping generalization, and it's not going to be true for everyone, of course, right? But it just, you know, that's one of my points that I was bringing up the other day when I was like, you know, the PP system really changed everything. It really doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it anymore, you know? Good news.
While this is true,
You have an emote idea for me? You have a video idea for me?
there are other SS players out there, and this is surely another source of motivation for her. If you are familiar with the SS scene in Osu, then you most likely know who I'm talking about. This person has a very similar playstyle to Zelaria, and these two have been rivals ever since they met. That's right, I'm talking about Sleeptiner. He has the second most SSs in Osu Standard, right behind Zelaria. These two have
Willie.
been friends and rivals since November 2016, when Sleeptiner reached 10,000 SSs. One of her friends told her about him, and when she saw him hit 10k, she sent him a congratulations, and they've pretty much been friends since. These two have constantly competed with each other to see who could reach milestones first, every 5,000 and every 10,000 SSs. This rivalry has helped both of them to stay on track and keep pushing each other further and further. I think it should be clear that although Zelaria spends a lot of time playing maps to get SSs, she has
Dude, my own rival is myself. I just can't. You guys see this yesterday? Yesterday I did I was checking this because proof I have completed up to there. Oh my god, dude. I'm like dying right now. Oh my god. Ugh. I was trying to see like where I am. I'm like pretty behind in score. I am super behind in PP. Oh my god, are you kidding, Dwight? Am I cursed with hiccups now? I'm kind of just competing with myself. I'm kind of just giving myself the goal of doing this, and I don't know if I'll like burn myself out that way. I don't know. Who knows? It's a mystery. I'm still top 10 for now. Hold your breath? No.
Plenty of other goals. She has a list of goals on her user page that she aims to achieve. I'd love to go over these right now, but I think we should get back to the timeline. So let's return where we left off. November
Drink
2016.
water slowly.
She has over.
Okay. Let me. Get water. Okay. Ugh. Sorry, I'm not dying. I swear, guys. Hold on, let me get water. Hold on, guys. Let me. Hey guys. I thought I did it. Guys, this sucks. Okay. I'm getting some footage too. Here, what's next? The turning point. I'm curious.
7,000 SSs at this point, and she just became friends with Sleep Tiner. This is the turning point when she decides to start playing specifically for SSs.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, she still wanted to be on map leaderboards, but this was the point where getting an S rank just wasn't good enough. She wanted to make sure all of her plays were SSs. Reaching Sleep Tiner's SS count would be difficult, and Zelaria knew that. So how did she start? Well, you know what they say. Rome wasn't built in a day. So what she did was set a goal to SS a certain number of maps each day. She started out with a goal of around 30 SSs a day. This number has fluctuated throughout the years, but the important thing is that she has been consistent and stuck with it. I love putting stories into perspective with data that you can actually see. Looking at a graph that displays her score ranks, this month is where the line gets even steeper than before. Having another person who was actively doing the same thing as her really pushed her to catch up and even try to surpass him. So that's exactly what she did. But like I said, it's all about pacing yourself so you don't burn out. Now that Zelaria was filled with determination, she continued her grind. 3 months later, in February of 2017, she hit the milestone of 10,000 SSs. While she was happy to get here, her rival was now at 15,000 SSs, and she had some more catching up to do. Earlier, I said that a lot of the maps she plays are considered easy, but there are hard, low-star maps, which, by the way, if you've never played this specific 4-star map, then you should try it. This map is a perfect example of a low-star map that is extremely tough. See, a lot of her plays are underrated, and she spent a lot of time grinding specific scores. One of those scores that I find incredibly cool is on a 2007 map named Cheer. This map has pretty much everything I listed off earlier. It has linear patterns and rhythms that are odd to say the least. After all these years, this map still has under 100 FCs, and she SS'd it. Okay, back to the timeline. She kept the same pace after reaching 10k. It was exactly 299 days later, or a little bit under 10 months, in November, that she would reach 20,000 SSs. Reaching 10,000 and 20,000 SSs in the same year is pretty impressive, and it just goes to show her dedication. At this point in time though, her rival Sleep Tiner was still 8,000 SSs ahead of her. She really wanted to catch up, so of course
Okay, I'm back. I'm back, friends. I'm not dead. Did I miss Cheer? I see Gamble. Where's Cheer?
Had some more catching up to do. Earlier, I said that a lot of the maps she plays are considered easy, but there are hard, low-star maps, which, by the way, if you've never played this specific 4-star map, then you should try it. This map is a perfect example of a low-star map that is extremely tough. See, a lot of her plays are underrated, and she spent a lot of time grinding specific scores.
Okay.
One of those scores that I find incredibly cool is on a 2007 map named Cheer. This map has pretty much everything I listed off earlier. It has linear patterns and rhythms that are odd to say the least. After all these years, this map still has under one...
Dude, where's Nebu? Number one, tell me... How do I save myself? Ugh. The hiccups kill me. Oh. Number two, I'll ask one thing of you.
100 FCs, and she SS'd it. Okay, back to the timeline. She kept the same pace after reaching 10k. It was exactly 299 days later, or a little bit under 10 months, in November, that she would reach 20,000 SSs. Reaching 10,000 and 20,000 SSs in the same year is pretty impressive, and it just goes to show her dedication. At this point in time though, her rival Sleep Tiner was still 8,000 SSs ahead of her. She really wanted to catch up, so of course she kept grinding. I really want to stress the fact that she paces herself. Throughout her time playing so far, she's been averaging between 2,000 and 3,000 play count each month. This is a pretty good number. It's not extremely high or extremely low. Earlier, I briefly mentioned something about her playing DDR in the past. Well, if you don't know, DDR stands for Dance Dance Revolution. Another popular rhythm game that has been released on many platforms, including arcade cabinets. So she got this game for her PlayStation 2, way before she ever even knew about Osu. It ended up being one of her favorite games, and I really believe that this is the source of her playstyle. Let me start by saying that she did not use a dance pad, but instead her controller, and she mainly played the basic and medium difficulties. This game has challenges for each song, and she set out to complete all of them. These challenges range from things like step on spots where there are no arrows, perfect score, full combo, avoid using the same foot twice in a row, play with the receptacles in a diagonal line, learn the expert setting of this song well so you won't be fooled by the special options. Although tedious, she really enjoyed completing them and jamming out while doing it. So when she eventually found Osu and saw the leaderboards, she took that as a sort of challenge, but it's more than just leaderboards. She likes pushing herself on rhythmically complex maps as well as small circle-sized maps. She challenges herself so much that she has a collection of 26 maps where she is the only player with an SS. Her love of DDR challenges has really influenced her from the start, and to this day, it's one of the things that she finds most addicting about Osu. Before we get to her progress, I want to play what she considers one of her best scores. This is her most played map, and she is the only hidden SS on it.
Here we go.
She considers this to be one of her best scores because the rhythms in this map are really awkward and they change suddenly. You might notice throughout this replay that she's also cursor dancing. This is an early habit that she never stopped, and honestly, it just looks like she's having a great time playing this game. Okay, let's get back to Osu and see how she continues progressing. Last time we checked, it was 2017, and Zelaria had just hit 20k. After this she actually increased her pace slightly. This time it took about 250 days, or 8 months, for her to hit the next milestone of 30,000 SS's. Woo! According to my calculations, I found that she achieved about 39 SS's every day, which, by the way, she refers to as dailies. All I did was find the average, so in reality, some days she probably set more and some days less. Continuing down her path, she decided to keep going to try and catch up with Sleep Signer. At this point, she already had more SS's than she thought she would ever have. Once you get into a routine, it's very easy to stick to it. So of course that's exactly what she did. While she's working on this, I want to bring up a record that Zelaria has. She holds the record for the lowest unstable rate on a 1-star map. If you are unfamiliar with unstable rate, or UR as it's commonly referred to, let me briefly explain it. Unstable rate measures your consistency of timing hits, or in other words,
true. It's so hard. If you don't know.
So the closer your hits are timing-wise. So
you would think, if you guys have never done this, which I know a bunch of people in chat have, easies and normals. If you try farming them, you might think like, oh, an easy diff, that's super easy to get ACK on. No, because what you rely on currently, as someone who's playing Insanes, Extras, Expert difficulties, is a lot of filler rhythm, right? That keeps the rhythm constant. You're always keeping yourself in time, right? And you're following the rhythm of the song. But on easies, especially, the rhythm is super simplified and it's very sparse. There's not a lot of notes, right? So you can lose your timing very easily. Especially with the low OD, even if you hit perfectly, even if you get a 300, you might not be tapping correctly, like fully correctly, if it were at, a higher OD. So it's very hard to do something like this, like way harder than you might expect. Because you might be like, well, there's not a lot of notes. Shouldn't it be easy to tap really accurately on an easy diff? It's not.
The lower number you get, and lower is better. This is different from accuracy, which measures your ability to hit objects on time. So why is this important or impressive, you may ask? Well, basically hidden. Now, for a better answer, due to the low density as well as the low circle count on these maps, being consistent is far from easy. It's actually easier to get a low unstable rate when there's a lot of objects to hit. Anyways, she set this record at a low 56.8.
Not a ton, but a lot.
Again, this is pretty impressive considering that she plays everything with hidden. So the circles were visually not on the screen when she was clicking them. Sure, that's pretty neat, but wow. she just got to 40,000. This milestone took a bit longer than the previous ones, taking a little under a year. Now, it's July 2019, and she has shown no signs of slowing down at all. By now, Zelaria has been chasing in Sleep Tiner's footsteps for a few years, meeting her daily SS goals. And as the new year of 2020 started, she was close. Staying up late one night in February, she finally caught up to her long-term rival. She broke his streak of 1,003 days where he had the most SS's, and now they both had over 46,000 SS's. This number is crazy, and to think that both of these players reached it is quite amazing. These two were now in a race to see who could reach 50,000 SS's first. March comes. They both have 47,000 now.
Look at
Zelaria
this.
starts off strong in April, reaching 48,000, while Sleep Tiner was behind about 300. The end of April comes, and Zelaria is still in the lead. Sleep Tiner hit 49,000 on May 17th, taking the lead from her. She reached 49,000 only 4 days later on May 21st.
It's so close.
They are neck and neck, extremely close. Only 1,000 left to go. They are at the home stretch now. June comes around, and this is the month it finally happens. Sleep Tiner is putting in ridiculous numbers leading up to 50k. And late into the month, he wins the race to get it first. Instead of being upset, Zelaria was truly happy for him. Their rivalry has been nothing but friendly since they met. They have been helping to push each other all these years.
Wait, did I miss a stand-up?
So feeling happy for her friend, she really pushed herself to hit 50k as well. She hit the massive milestone of 50,000 silver SS's on July 3rd, 2020, proving the fact that legends never die. That would also be the name of the map this play was set on.
I see.
The amazing part of this, even though she didn't reach 50,000 first, she was still the first person to get 50,000 silver SS's. While both of their accomplishments are similar, they're technically different.
I have a question. So, I was about to call them XHs. Oh my god. Or SSHs. I was like, that's not right. Silver SS's, right? These things, they're achieved when you use a visual reduction mod. In Laser, are there going to be other mods that give you silver ranks? Like, definitely blinds. I'm trying to think of anything else. You know what I mean? They have? Really? Which ones do? Give me the rundown of which mods do. Traceable? Okay, that makes sense.
For each of their achievements. Staying on the grind like usual, Zelaria ended up passing Sleep Tiner after 50k. It looks like he took it easy for a while, which allowed her to pass him. Since then, he of course got back on his dailies, so they remain pretty close in number of SS's. Well, I say that they are back on the grind, but you can see both of their slopes aren't quite as steep as they used to be. This doesn't really matter much because, like I said, they both have a daily amount.
They're also running out of like super duper easy maps to grind out, you know? There's not going to be any like 1, 2, 3 star maps left soon enough. Like, apart from the ones that are currently getting ranked. So you got to start playing harder and harder maps, which, you know, you might require retries. So you're going to be getting less and less, right?
They complete. So the number still continues to grow. Before I talk about the next big milestone, I want to tell a short story.
The eye patch mod.
Back in 2020, when I made a video about Zelaria before, obviously, I got in contact with her and collaborated with her to make a lot of it possible. During this time, I got to know quite a bit about her playstyle and what kind of maps she found interesting. We had also been having some friendly chats, so I got on Osu one day and I was just randoming through some maps, and I found one that I thought she might enjoy. I went ahead and sent it to her, and even though she was in the middle of her dailies, she took the time to stop and play it. You just know I had to spectate her and watch. I really believed that she would SS it on her first try. Well, to my surprise, she didn't. After playing it once, she went back to her dailies. This map is 5.17 stars, and the song is named Again. It's from Fullmetal Alchemist, which is an amazing anime by the way, and most notably it is Circle Size 7. CS7 isn't terribly difficult, but for some players it can be outside of their comfort zone.
Dude, I got it. Okay, imagine, you know random mod? Like, they made a mod in Laser that randomizes the positions of all the notes. They should instead make a different random mod that just randomizes the stats. So it's just like random AR, random CS.
That Zelaria really enjoys challenging herself on high CS maps. So
it's genius.
I wasn't very surprised when I woke up the next morning and saw a message from her that she had SS'd it. To my astonishment, it took her less than 5 tries. Like I said, it's not a very difficult map, but dude, her consistency is just crazy. Even now, there's only like 6 hidden SS's on it. Anyways, let's get back to her journey. This time, it took an entire year and 3 months before she hit the next milestone of 60,000 SS's. This happened just last year in October. It's not really a surprise to anyone at this point, except maybe Zelaria herself. Back when she started playing for SS's to catch up to Sleep Tiner, she knew she had a lot of work ahead. After all these years of just staying consistent, she's managed to do it. She has surpassed the person who inspired her to take this journey seriously.
Yeah.
Right now, she has almost 66,000 SS's. I keep saying that this number is massive because it really is. She has built this number up over the past
I think the best way to illustrate this, which I don't think he does, is 66,000 SS's, right? 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 You hear me? You hear me? Beat maps. There's 94,000 beat maps. She's played more than 2/3 of Osu. SS'd more than 2/3 of Osu. I think that's a really good stat that he didn't put in this video.
Years, and it's been quite the journey to get here. But now that we're caught up to current day, what else can I tell you about it?
How much is that? How many assists does Zelaria have? Here, let's find out the exact number. You ready? $66,300. Okay, you ready? Zelaria has SS'd more than 70% of Osu maps.
Zelaria. Well, like I said earlier, she's a rather humble
what do you know?
person, but underneath that, she's hardworking and dedicated to this game. She doesn't plan on quitting anytime in the foreseeable future, so you will for sure continue seeing her on map leaderboards. I would also like to say, good job, Zelaria. Keep it up.
Banger. This is like haunted cheer. Oh yeah, no, Wolf has a crazy throw. He has a crazy throw on a ton of maps. Anyway, guys, I keep noticing this. People keep commenting, wow, you were shaking so bad, but amazing nerve control. Guys, if I had amazing nerve control, I wouldn't be shaking. Is there a different definition of nerve control that people think of? By the way, watch this video if you haven't. It's not going to get views. I know for a fact it's not. There you go. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Oh. -1. We lost 1, but we gained 3. Dude, no one's gonna watch this video. Why would anyone care? It's more apparent with the higher CS. as not choking longer plays. Well, I was like two seconds away from choking. I was so nervous. I don't want to watch this on stream because I want you guys to give this video views, but watch the ending. Let me tell you, 4 minutes 30 onwards, that's a pretty good one. Scytho, what I did, or sorry, Steetho, what I did to learn speed.
This video starts, be sure to follow me on Twitter because my tweets are insane. Go follow my Twitch. I'm gonna try to be going live more often, so go do that now. Show. It all started in fucking 2016 when I could barely stream fucking 170, shit like that. I'd play any map and I'd be like, man, fuck this shit. I'd be searching up on YouTube how to fucking learn how to stream faster, and like I'd see shit like get a mechanical keyboard, play stream practice maps, work on your technique, shit like that. And what I did, I'd play like those stream practice maps. The lowest diff on those, I'd start with like 140 BPM. And I'd play that shit every fucking day. No breaks. No fucking breaks. I'd play that every day till my fingers died. And it helped me a little bit. I'd like up my BPM when I got comfortable. I'd say I was able to do like 170 at the end of 2016. But then my fucking dumbass got banned for multi-accounting. Don't fucking do that shit. Your ass will get caught. And then 2017 would hit. I still had no mechanical keyboard, but I was still somehow able to shred. I'd keep playing these speed practice maps, these stamina, whatever.
You don't need a mechanical keyboard.
I'd be able to do like freedom dive and like, I guess March. Now here's
guys, mechanical keyboard is like the second biggest cope in all of Osu, because Taiko players prefer not having mechanical keyboards, and if they can do this, then it doesn't matter. It literally just doesn't matter. Like, you know. Like Taiko players, this is like an actual thing. From what I've heard, the majority of Taiko players prefer having like a membrane or scissor switch keyboard. Which is insane. So, Osu actually mattering for mechanical keyboard, I don't believe. Getting a mechanical keyboard really did help me with streaming is more because my old one was horrendous. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're switching from just like an actual Garbo keyboard to mechanical keyboard, then you're going to see benefits. And I'm sure for a lot of people, it might also just be placebo, right? They're like, oh, this is it. This is the keyboard that's going to make me good. So then they actually start believing in themselves for the first time ever, right? It's just, man. Does this guy have other U68 live plays? Or is it just that? It's just that. U68 live play. I need more of these because I love these. Zero good membranes? And what's this guy using? Huh? Japan only keyboard? It doesn't even have Japanese on the keys. I love this play. It's good. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey guys, glad I came back for the good part. So this is exclusively sold in Japan? Well, there you go. Fine. You want something else? Taiko Live Play. Here, let's see someone else. Ikoro Taiko Live Play 2014. Ikoro. Wait, more Ikoro. Wait, guys. Wait. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say, if you think mechanical keyboards matter, as much, I'm sure they do matter. It's the same argument. Like, I'm sure maybe they matter to an extent, right? Like a very small amount. But I think the majority of what this is technique. It's always technique. And people just want to cope and be like, oh no, it's because I don't have a mechanical keyboard. Guys, I swear, getting a mechanical keyboard will make me good. You know? Or being like, oh, I got a mechanical keyboard, but, you know, this one, it's just not working. I need a different one. I need a better mechanical keyboard. Membrane keyboard. Well, first I'm gonna need a membrane keyboard. Wait, I think I have a membrane keyboard. I have one of those like really, really bad ones too. That would be funny. I would play with that. If I plug in a membrane keyboard right now with no warm-up and try and get a play, what do you think my UR is going to be? Hold on.
Welcome to us. Click the circles. To the beat. Circles. Click.
Interesting.
Circles.
Okay.
Click.
Well, let me just bring the cord over.
Circle.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, we'll play this. It's so weird not having to press this far. I'm trying to get used to that. That's me just not able to single tap this fast right now. Wait. Wait, does this have legs? Okay. Oh, this has like terrible legs. This is literally like a cheap keyboard, too. Like the cheapest keyboard humanly possible. I'll do this, you ready? It's too. I'm trying to tap like the keys are down here, and I'm pressing like. It's so funny. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, that's what I'm saying. How hard is this? Dude, I can't do this right now. I think you can get good with this once you're used to it. I believe it, just from playing. No. Okay, there's a huge latency. I can see that now. So maybe not a $10 keyboard like this, but you know. Even cheaper. Or not cheaper, even like a normal keyboard. Oh, actually, there's a price tag on this. Wait, there's a price tag on that. Wait, can you guys guess how much? Guess. Oh man, you're not ready. You ready? $5.99. $5.99. If I can play on a literal $6 keyboard just fine, you guys with a normal membrane keyboard can. You know? Here, I'll play something like this. This seems like techie. I'll play like a tech map. You ready? Oh, whoops. See? It's doable. It really just comes down to that. The one thing is really just the latency on it. Anyway, what were we looking at or talking about? Oh yeah, this. Let me put the keyboard back really quick. My cords are all tangled now. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Double mouse. Would
The
be epic.
unhinged technique that I fucking did. It was Saturday. No fucking school. I'd wake the fuck up at 6 a.m. Drink a tall glass of caffeine. Chug that shit. And then I became a fucking god. Now there's this weird little thing that speed players have. If you ever get nervous at the end of the map, like you get this little speed boost, and like fucking drinking a
Really?
shit ton of coffee would fucking make me go. And I trained stamina with this.
Do you get a speed boost when you're nervous? Can I have that? Can I claim my free speed boost when I get nervous? Please?
Speed boost. Like every time I got it, I would up my BPM, try to shred, and eventually my speed caught up regularly to that. My BPM like went to 270, but only for like a short duration. I couldn't like dev stream 270, but I was able to get a score on Chipscape, which is like a burst map that goes to 260 BPM. At the end of
True.
that year, 2017, I got
Oops.
unbanned. I got my first mechanical keyboard after
What?
begging my mom on Christmas, which worked. And then in February of 2018,
What?
I FC'd Mad Machine, a 270 BPM shred map. Then my ass would never touch speed again. Fast forward to 2020, I would abuse that strat once more. Was finally learning speed again.
What just happened?
280, 290, all that shit.
Dude, all I was doing was I was copying and pasting. And for some reason pasting was like muting and unmuting my mic on Discord. That was so weird. I think the keyboard like messed up my keyboard or something. Sorry, I wanted to check my yearly completion while I was looking at this. I want to be at least 30% done with every year. Something like that. I don't know. That's just a random goal. I just spat that out without really thinking about it.
It worked. And I'd play those practice maps to work on my accuracy. And so that's the summary of how I shred. Bro, look at this nigga. Never give up. Yo, fix your handwriting. Pussy ass. Also, learning speed will make you a little unhinged. Yeah. So viewer
True.
discretion advised if you want to learn how to stream fast. Those are basically the things I did to get to where I am now. I would make like a guide to getting better at speed, but not everything works for everybody. I'm not sure if my method would work for other people, so like how you gonna choke after writing that shit? Just kidding, the replay's bugged. I don't know, give this method a try, see if it works. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks
Okay.
for watching.
I mean, nothing crazy, nothing insane. That's what you do. Bro, this shake is not normally, this shake is the shake I get when I hover my pen too high. See, people are finally realizing how insane this shake is. Finally, I'm glad. I'm glad people are watching the video. Guys, everyone, go watch this video, please. Pretty please. Pretty please. Please. Pretty please. Okay. Are there any other Osu videos? Is there anything else going on in Osu? Guys, is there any Osu drama? I have to check r/mustardmen to find out. Emmerich, Blankfield, goodbye. 1x miss with Hard Rock. That's spicy. Karcher, 1 miss Uta at the end with Hard Rock. Keep forgetting to mention with Hard Rock. White Cat, DT only FC endgame. That's not the score I expected him to go for, but it's still cool. FG Sky, popular celebrity plus Hard Rock. Site though, 9.97 star. 13 miss. Please watch the replay. Maybe I will. Okay, that did not work. A map. This is a good Osu video? Okay. This will be Osu in 2014. I'm ready. This is like in a different dimension. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean? Oh, Matthew the Bravery. Number 1 FC. Did you watch Digital Hypno's video? Which one? The Wooting keyboard? Yeah.
You've heard of the HyperX Allo?
Yeah. Everyone knows. They all know. They all know. I only wake up when we sleep. But by the lunar light, night darkness. You know what I'm saying? Apex Pro and barely press the keys at all. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know why anyone does anything. I'm still not fully convinced that the keyboard matters, even. But... man, there's nothing super duper interesting going on. Sorry, I'm looking. Sorry, I'm distracted. I know the lyrics. I kind of know the lyrics. I know a few of the lyrics. I've been known to know some of the lyrics. Okay? Have you ever seen the lyric video where oh my god, there's a lyric video of it where at the beginning it's like guitar epicness or something, or like musical epicness. I forget what it is. Save me. Avenged Sevenfold lyrics. It's, yeah, awesome musicalness. There you go. Okay, that's all we can play for copyright reasons. The remastered lyrics. Remastered lyrics. There you go. Now you've learned. Enjoy. Enjoy. Has anyone done? Have you ever seen those videos where it's like anime guess the song, and these get like 10 million views? I wonder if anyone's done like always guess the song. Oh my god, somebody has. Okay. 3 years ago and 2 years ago. None of these are recent. Okay. No title. Do we even have the high score? Wow, this is hard. Everything will freeze. Everything will freeze with Cold Green Eyes. Quaver. I got this. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black? Did I miss one? No. It's CBCC. Hey, why do you even include the parts where they say the name of the song? Inferno. Blue Zenith. To my elegy. Bass slut. Da 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 da. That's the right amount. Wrong background. Airman. Image material. Coco no Sose. What's it called? Rockefeller Street. I don't know that. I was about to say 1273, but I knew that wasn't the name. I guess this is the first one I've lost on because I couldn't think of the name. Tengaku. It's a happy song. Pensamento, typical. What? What? Oh my god. I'm sending this to Asmagius. This is funny. This is awesome. It's Tower of Heaven. Freedom Dove. Oh, monster. Monochrome Butterfly. Night of Nights. Oh, it's Snowdrive. They caught me off by using the wrong artist. That's the fake Snowdrive. It's not the ranked one. Stop using love maps. They aren't ranked. This isn't even the right version! This isn't even the right version of Hime Petonko, dude. Okay, Omega Rhythm is really good. This song is just really good. You gotta admit it. This song is just legitimately good. Dai Genome. God, raise my sword. Road of Resistance. Haitai. Wait, I didn't get the full. Okay, Dad. Future Son. Oh my god, Scarlet Rose. Brain Power. Oh my. Haribaru Fanfare. I have to sing it out to get the name. Haribaru Fanfare. That's what she says. It's Yui Maru World. Dead to Me. God, that already dates this video. When is the last time you saw somebody play Dead to Me? I knew this was gonna happen too. Everyone forgets about these maps eventually. I have not seen anybody play that map in like a year or two. Incredible. Isn't that crazy? You guys remember when that was the most popular Blood map? I was like, I don't care about this map. Because everyone's just gonna forget about it. Because it's not a good map. A Chumasation. Cycle hit. Dude, the process of converting oxygen what is it? Carbon dioxide into breathable oxygen. Maybe we could make a deal. You like my flower dance impression? Okay, Mythologia's End goes hard. Granat. Best Friends. Snowhalation. Aromachi Clover. Imaginary I haven't seen anyone play Imaginary Places. in a really long time, actually. That used to be the most popular map. Full Moon Night. Pretender. Ding dong bum. Do 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 do. Dum 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 dum. Zetsubo Planche. I couldn't get the name. Wow, you got it before me. I was thinking about it. Good map. Ayumi Chizu. My love. Wow, guys, we did it. We did it. Very good. Okay, is this one any better? Has anyone made any recent ones? Guess the Osu maps. Guess Osu. Guess the song. Hard. Why is there no hard ones? I thought people would make more of these. You'll have 10 seconds to guess which object is in the background. It's Akasha. Sorry, the song. I don't know. Shoe? A shoe? Seagull. There's supposed to be something in the background here. Is this easy? A cat, because there's another cat over there. It's an owl? Wait, that's kind of cool. A hat? Hate. What do you mean? Oh, I know this. Game controller. Like Xbox controller. See? This is smart. It's more like a PS controller. It's more like DualShock, but you know. It's it says Sotark Save mapping, right? Have you ever seen the actual background? All of this is edited. Every single thing in this background is edited. Did you know that? Which makes me annoyed. It's still kind of funny though, but come on, let me find. Does anyone have the original image of what this originally is? It's such a stupid like why would you even change this? That's how I feel. Dude, I don't know what to look up to find the original background. No, I looked this up because I was trying to map this in like an anti-farm style. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find this. It's gonna blow your mind if you don't know this. I found it. There we go. Here is the original background. Here it is. Quite a few differences. I knew I could find it. I have this weird one. What is this? Yeah. That's the original. You're fast? I know I am.
Welcome.
Why? Okay. I've never played this map. I don't know what it is. A phone? That looks like a PSP to me. Oh god, just like an orb of light or something? I don't know. Yeah, like... Dude, this sucks. It's the little man. It's the little disaster piece man. You know the... Yeah. You know? Yeah. The little disaster piece man. What is... What map is this? Is this... an orange? Like orange? Like the anime opening song? Like this song, right? I don't know. I've never seen that set. So I have no idea. Sunflower. Dude. Where are these backgrounds from? A cat? Is it a cat? Wow. Does he have like a pin of something on his coat or something? Dude, I don't know. A crown. It's the eye. The eye. The eye. Dude, that's obvious. This one's obvious. This one's just too obvious. Set 3, true. What is this? Is it like a record player or something? I vaguely remember this. Nope. Wrong map. What map is this? Is this supposed to be Miro? Is that... What letter is that? Dude, what letter am I... What? That doesn't say M. What is that, dude? I don't know. Dude, how am I supposed to get this? What? Use an actual background for... What was it? An ornament? No, an apple. Why? Oh, I should know this. Wait. Here's... Okay, this one's easier. She's holding something like this. What is it? Is it a hat? It's a map. Okay. Never mind. What is that? Dude. Oh, it's a music note. Isn't that the cat? Like, actually a cat? No. Okay. Yeah, that's it. No, yeah. No, I'm right. That's a cat. I'm right. What is this? What map is this? I've never seen this map. Dude. Oh, once again, isn't it just a dude like floating up? Or am I thinking of a watercolor too much? Okay, no, it's a dude falling down, not floating up. I don't know, dude. A flower? Because the song name is Flower? Dude. Mappers are so bad at choosing backgrounds. The song's name is Flower. Come on, dude. There's nothing there. What? The shirt tie? The tie? It's pointing at... It's completely out of focus. It's like... There's nothing. There's nothing in this... he's got the anglerfish light. Because he's an anglerfish. No. Okay, well... Technically true. r/technically true. What? I'm confused. What is supposed to be in this background? Dude, okay, this sucks. This quiz sucks because they either point out like something on the clothing, which is like you just wouldn't pay attention to, or like an object or like a thing. You know what I mean? You can never tell like what it's trying to do. Because I was sitting there, I was like, is she holding something? Like, is she holding like there's the bouquet there, but like maybe she's holding something like in her hands down here. No, it's just a planet on her shirt. What's that? That looks like a piece of watermelon. Let's see what the hardest ones are. We're almost there. Guitar. I don't know this map. If you guys get that, you win. What? What? Like, what's it gonna be? Like, is this guy naked or something? Like... Crowbar. Oh, I get it. I get it. Alex Vance. Dude, I don't know. Chess. Cool. What is that? Like, look at this. This is literally the tiniest thing in the background. It's gonna be like an apple that fell out of the bag or something. Dude, I don't know. No, it's gonna be something on her bag. Like a charm on her bag or something. It's gonna be the worst. Dude, this sucks. Whoo! This makes me mad. Dude, I don't know. A star. I'm going with it again. What is it? Flowers. Okay. Oh. Isn't it just like a normal hairpin? I don't know if there's anything like special. Unless it's like a star or something. I thought it was just normal. Guys, quickly. Is it a flower? There's a flower? Ah, no, that's a snowflake. That's not a flower. Well, technically a star, like 6-pointed star, right? This isn't even the right set of Vanguard. That's what makes me so upset. This isn't the popular set of Vanguard. Ice cream? Maybe. Oh, I'll accept that. I think you got that. What is this? Frog? Frog? Oh, I didn't even know the map, and I got that, because this just looks like where you would see a frog. Oh, Polygon. We should get this. There's something on the menu? Are you kidding? Dude, you know what would have been an even better one? Just blur this out. Because I see the dog, I'm like, is there something on the dog? I've never noticed the bird there. I've never seen the bird on the dog's head. How many people just noticed that for the first time, like I did? No, it's just a cup of coffee. Dude, it sucks. I don't know what this map is. Tsukinami? Isn't it like a cat or something? Or is this the one with the record player? One of them has a record player just like randomly in it. It's a swing set. Like way off in the distance. Dude, I hate this. What is this? Keys in a sock? What song is this? I've never heard of this song or this map. If this has over 1 million plays, I'm gonna be shocked. Okay, it has 300k plays. Why even include this? Nobody's gonna know it. Oh, okay, Candyland. Oh, God. I don't know what it is. Is it just sock? No, because that's like, this is like the sock. Then what's here? Is it gonna be like a sandal or something? Is it candy? Yeah. Nope, another phone. Wait, 2 phones in a row, by the way. It's just like random objects. Dude, this sucks. Papaya pa. Papaya pa. I have no idea. There's too much going on in this image for me to even comprehend. Cake, eggplant. Good guess. Another clock! What is this dude's obsession with clocks? There's something in the rubble? Is it gonna be a clock? Oh, it's a TV. Okay. I don't know this map. A globe. Cigarettes? I don't know, dude. Key. Dude. I don't know what's gonna be on top of the mailbox. I don't... It's a clock, is it? This is the worst, like, guess ever. It's a clock. Cat. Clock. You are literally pointing at nothing. You're pointing to the street light on the other street behind the background. You are pointing at nothing effectively, because it's not in the foreground. Oh my god, that's loud. Okay, this sucks. This video sucks. Okay. Let's guess. Hitori Goto. Everything will freeze. Remote control. My love. Cold green eyes. Cold green eyes! Dude, I should just make this into a tweet. I should... Hold on, I'm gonna be like... Can you guys guess the songs? Cold green eyes... Oh god. Where'd it go? This is amazing. Oh man. I need more. Okay. Big Black. Yui Maru World TV Ver. Okay. High score. No title. ILY. Snowdrive. Piranha. Brainpower. Why would you put this in hard? Of all the maps, like, okay, sure, maybe people won't know Piranha. That makes sense. Whatever. Maybe Snowdrive. Brainpower? You seriously think Brainpower should be in hard? Tower of Heaven. Tower of Haven. Tower of Haven is pretty good. That's kind of a banger. Completely forgot about Chom Wasabi. Oh. I couldn't remember the name. You got Marble Soba. Soba. What do you call it when you mix a rock with a USA top player from 2014-15? Marble Soba. Quaver. Zen Zen Zens. Gravity Falls 8-bit remix. Okay, whatever. Oh, this is made by a different artist. Ghost Rule, you're right. Or Hibana. No, why'd you say Ghost Rule? I was like, this isn't right. Dude, this person likes using the wrong versions of songs. Yalta. Classic. Koino Hime Hime Petanko. This song is so good. Darling is such a good song, and there is a really good Heralda map of this. I'm so sad that this has been turned into a farm map. I that makes me actually sad, because the Heralda map of it is really good. If you haven't, go play this set. If you haven't, go play this set, okay? Were there any other weird ones from this? Achuma Seishun. Mythologies and Granat. Best friends. You made cheesy. There was one earlier where I just like misspelled it or something. Everything will freeze. I might use that one if I can't find another one. Oh yeah. What? What? Has anyone played this map? That was actually a hard one. Chisana no Uta. But, you know. Exactly. It keeps using Koi no Chisana Uta. Is that right? Oh, Chisana Koi no Uta. Is that right? Wait. Hold on. Hold on. It is Chisana Koi no Uta. There we go. Okay, I thought we had it backwards. Thought we had it the other way around. Be here until the end. Sotark's map. You just hurt my soul. You just hurt my soul. The fact that the first Clock Strikes that you thought of was a Sotark's one. Oh, you hurt my soul, Mortis. You haven't played the real one. Oh. This is the true and honest. Dun, 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 dun. So it starts off this apparently. Whoops, wrong one. Dun, dun, dun. It's an S3RL. I know. I'm not looking. What is? Dude, I've played this. It's like it has really low CS. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know the name. Catch it. You're right. Oh. Oh, this is a good one because I've heard this, but I don't know the name. This is getting better. Oh, On My Own? Is that it? That was pretty good. Internet, yeah. I had to think. Okay, this one's just easier. Angrifer. Osu Tutorial by Peter Lambert. Okay. Someone said there was a weird one on on remote control? Was there even a remote control in this one? I don't remember remote control. Okay, I tweeted it. Banger tweet right here. Can you guys guess the songs? Can you? Have you seen this? I remade the dream I had. I had this dream. It said a new top play on a weird overlay Nevo map that was over 9 stars, and the notes get smaller in some parts, and the end had notes which were actually papers which were made in manila folders, but they were tons and they functioned like Tycho slatters, so I had to double tap them as fast as I could. It was the 9-star section. You double tap them, the folders would close on the papers, and I was going as fast as I could and somehow hit all the folders and get #1 as an FC. Okay, that's a really good one. Okay. That one's pretty good. I like this video. I've learned so much. Oh man. That was a good adventure. I feel like I'm now the king of guessing Osu maps. Is there like Osu guess the player or something? People put this. Guess the player by voice. Sure.
First of all,
White cat.
most important, I never changed my area as well.
Fucking Blast X Rise? Damn.
Ryuke.
First try and I'll double.
Zudinator. It's so quiet too.
All day for the past 30 days, and it is
BTMC.
Well, there's barely.
申し訳ねいや今ねマジで大笑いしてるやばかったもう何も
Wait, who is this? Varvelian? Okay, okay.
It's not 1000 but it's PP
It's not 1000, but it's PP. Dude, I don't know. Lifeline, okay.
Yeah! Did it! Holy shit, yeah. We did it.
Neon potato.
My fish drowned, I'm depressed now. Oh no.
Are you guys, why are you just like preemptively guessing?
Wait.
You go first.
The nation thing is not good. Why is it not good? It's good for my wallet, man. Like it's good, man. What do you mean it's not good?
Wait. This sounds like the guy who's like. He sounds like this guy.
Stop him! Great goalkeeping by Handanovic. Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear!
For my wallet, man.
It's so Tarkez.
Vale, man. No llegaban los mensajes. Calcil... ¿Cómo se lee esa wea? Calciferflex. Thanks for that stuff.
Dude, I'm bad at this. Matthew.
But no one's gonna understand because like I don't have my name. I don't have my name in my stream over there, so I mean that's the
No, that's not Azer. It almost vaguely sounds like Azer.
Я что-то сижу и думаю, ДТ-2, 260 БПМ. Еще захожу и думаю, так, стоп. Это не та карта.
Ok.
A gente tá mais... sei lá, mano. Eu tô... Acho que seria mais legal a gente picar mapa pra ele jogar. Chinedível, muito obrigado pelos 9 meses. Nasceu... Como é que vai ser o nome dele? Vai ser Abacaxi o nome do...
I'm lost. Oh my god, I could have gotten that.
Actually, you looked at
Aryu.
I gotta say that.
I think I need people who speak English so I can like hear them. You know what I mean? I feel like I pick up on that as an English speaker.
Gonna reject those and send them back.
That's Bubble Man.
I think, yeah, as I said, it's not gonna remain in sub-only mode.
See, like that's easy. All the people who speak English, it was okay. I still wasn't able to get some, but you know. Oh man.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
It's such a good video. Guess the Osu beat maps from emojis?
Come to us.
Tower of Heaven. Okay. I get it. Cold green eyes. Chocolate by Megpoid Gumi. Too easy. Oh, Shield Family. Of course. Shield. Defend Family? Is this supposed to be Defenders? Really? Oh, that's stupid. Flower Dance. Like, that's so easy. Defenders was not easy. Dead Knight. No, Dead City. Skull City. Dead City. How is that to me? How is that happen? What are you guys? Death. Poison. Danger. Danger. Death City. How was Shield Family Defenders? Because there was multiple people, so they were the Defenders. This is Orange, Doorhinge, Stonehenge. Okay, if you know the lyrics, then that makes sense. But just for the song title, that makes no sense. Atari Dragon. Space Invaders? Is that true? Wait, really? It's Atari Dragon, guys. What do you mean? It's Number Muncher and Atari Dragon. Monsters? Surely there's another emoji of a monster that they could have used. Robot Girl. My life as a teenage robot. Theme. Guys, I got it. I know what it is. If it's Airman Soundholic, I'm gonna lose it. Android Girl, okay. Music. Jazz Hands music. Angel Beats? That's not an angel. Happy Song. Oh, Happy Song. You're right. That was a good one. Trident Bookend. 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 How was this Wizard's Town? Poseidon Bookend. Myth. Oh, it could be Mythologia's End if you could, like, justify the books. Like, I get it, Myth End, but how is Logia? Myth the Book End. Okay, fine. Mythology Book End. Log in a book. I don't get it. Sad Plant. Too easy. You gotta think outside the book. Sad Spring. Sad Plant. No, I got it. Guys, it's Clock Strikes. Are you guys insane? Are you guys actually insane? How is this Clock Strikes? It's time. Frown Tree. Sad Plant. Sad Sprout. Musk Sprout. It was Sad Spring. Whoever said that earlier got it. Oh my god. Dude, what is this? Thanks for the follow. Okay. Blood Night City. Blood Night City. No, it's at night. Blood Night City. Death Moon. Well, there's a moon emoji. You can totally do that. Twilight Skies. Bloody Night. I was halfway there. What? No box. Cursing demon. Wait. Is it Spinsmith, My Sweet Religion? No, it's 6 in a row. Oh. I don't get it. I don't get it. Raging fury of a Japanese god? Uncompressed raging fury? What's the box? What's the box? No box equals uncompressed? I don't think that's how it works. Oh. Oh, this one's really clever. It's Uprain. Oh. He knew. Lost Umbrella? I don't think it's Lost Umbrella. Okay, hear me out, guys. It's flying out to the sky. Anything else would have made sense. I don't. That's stupid. Oh man. Flying out to the sky was a good guess. Don't say that was a good guess. That was not a good guess. Oh my god.
So,
this reminds me of a classic video, 8 classic riddles. only geniuses can solve by Hugbees. Oh, this one's gonna be funny.
Think you've got what it takes to answer 7 premium riddles
Yes,
back to
I do.
back. 6 you've probably heard at the office water cooler or the playground. Challenge yourself to see if you can get all of them right without looking up the answer.
Okay.
Riddle number 1. What is greater than God? More evil than the devil? The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you'll die.
This one's so easy. Mercury. Money. No, this is an Osu riddle. Dude, I look at a non-Osu video for 5 seconds. Guys, do you think this even be in the Osu category? God. Sorry, I can't. You'll have to find out. Are there any other videos? What I did to learn speed and stamina. We'll have to find out. BTMC goes highly technological mode. Top player hand cams, we've done this before. We've done all the quizzes on Sporkle in the past. Bro, stop dropping act. I'm looking at you. Come on. He's finally made it above 95. Let's go. Oh, never mind. I can't. I'll be called out for not watching Osu content. I'm sorry, I'm just trolling you, by the way. I'm sorry, guy, if it seems like I put you on the spot. I'm just making jokes. Okay? I feel bad for the guy. Save me. It's just your play on save me. This guy went highly technological mode. Okay, guys, it's time to review this play. What did you miss? Oh. To be fair, I know nothing about hidden. Should have been a hit. He moved away from the note to breathe. And you know what I was thinking of earlier for some reason? I was thinking about this again for some reason. Classic. Classic right here. I want to do this. Banger map, exactly. I want to do this. I gotta do this. Every time I watch one of these videos, I just want to use Kamui again. Just like it goes with any combo colors. It just looks great. The cursor's amazing. Playing Willy oh no. It's back. No. No. No, dude. Help me. I'm dying. Oh. Okay, guys. Oh. Help me. Oh. Oh my god, I'm dying. Hold on. Fellers. I'm done. That's it, guys. I'm done. Oh my god. Worms, okay. Wait, what's this guy's username? You see this? Oh my god. Dude, I'm like dying. Wow. I respect the username of Worms.
Some unfortunate misses.
Dude, I'm dying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let's do it. I like the username, so we'll raid. You guys can go wherever you want. Yeah, I'll be in voice in a bit. Okay, so if you guys want to join me, discord.gg/Willy. Alright. So, nice place to hang out. Thank you for...